What's up, everybody? This is the MMA Pocket on behalf of MMA Opinion. Joining me today is UFC veteran, all-round good guy, Mark Munoz. Mark, thanks for doing this. You're a diamond.
Mhm.
Um, how's things? What's been going on?
Things are good, man. Just I'm coaching all the time, coaching some fighters and coaching wrestling and living life, man. So
I
doing
saw
good.
on your Instagram your daughter got married recently. That must have made you feel old.
Yeah, man. I might be a grandpa here soon, man. So
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, it's crazy.
congrats, man. Um,
Thanks.
anyway, let's start with the here and now. You've gone from fighter to film star, as it were. Tell me about your latest project, Lumpia with a Vengeance. I hope I got
Yeah.
that pronunciation right. It came out in
Yeah.
October last year, I believe.
Yeah. So we wrapped last year and it's gone through post production now and it's ready to be picked up by a distributor. So we're talking to Sony Pictures at the moment, and we're seeing how that goes. So uh, it's crazy. I never thought I'd be a lead role in a movie. But yeah, I mean that's what we're doing now.
Well, that follows me on to our next question, actually, because some people will probably know this already, but you're no stranger to the big screen because you've been in a couple of films already.
Yeah.
But this is like your first leading role, is that right? And you're producing this one as well, is that correct?
Yeah. So we're producing this. Team Munoz is, and yeah, this is my first lead role. Um, so we'll see. We'll see what happens, man. I mean,
Well, good luck with it all.
kind
I
of.
mean, starring opposite Danny Trejo as well, that must have been some experience.
Oh man, we had an instant connection already too, because there was a scene where he was throwing a taquito and I was throwing a lumpia, and in our first scene, he throws a taquito, I throw a lumpia, and they actually hit each other, which that's
That's the
what I'm
perfect
supposed
scene,
to
no?
do. Yeah.
One
So I was
take.
like, man, we were meant to be, man. So, you know, I mean, your next movie, I need to be in it.
Definitely, man. I mean, he's still
Yeah,
going. He's still going at his ripe old age. So fair play to him. I
yeah,
mean,
that's right.
um, so I have to ask you about your first film role. It's something to do with being an elf, I think.
Yeah, well, I mean, my very first one was Here Comes the Boom. Really. I mean, that was the first real role that I did, and I was getting thrown by Kevin James
And you
in
got to
that.
play yourself, which has got to be a bonus.
Well, I mean, I got to play fighter, and I didn't get to play myself, but I played a Mexican fighter before he got into the UFC. So that was my actually real first real role on the silver screen or the big screen.
So is that something that's in your future then? Is that where your future lies in production and acting and
I don't know. We'll see. I'm just kind of walking through doors and seeing what opportunities lie ahead, and whatever whatever happens. So I'm doing well coaching right now. So kind of seeing what the future holds really.
yeah, so going back to your MMA career, it's been 6 years, I think, now since you retired nearly.
Yeah.
Do you regret that decision, or is it the right thing? Do you still think it's the right choice?
No, it was the right choice, man. Looking back at it, um because my career, I mean, I was for 3 to 4 years, I was like knocking on the door of a world championship, and to be a world champion, and because of a lot of things where I was running a gym, coaching all the fighters, cornering them, and trying to be an elite mixed martial artist myself while having a wife and 4 kids and running a gym and coaching all my little wrestlers. It was it was very tough,
Yeah, I
you
can
know.
imagine. Yeah. Um,
Uh, so I mean, looking back at it, when my son said, "Dad, I want to quit soccer and baseball, and I want to wrestle, and I want you to coach me," um, I was like, you know what, let's go. So I had to retire because I always say family first, and
of
so
course, yeah.
My son now is at Arizona State on scholarship and full ride. So he's doing well there. His first dual meet is today um, at Oklahoma University. So can't wait to watch that here pretty soon.
Awesome stuff. So what was it like winning that retirement fight against Luke Barnett in the Philippines? What was that? What was that experience like for you?
Oh, it was crazy, man. Just to be in the Philippines, where it all started for my family. Um, I still have four generations of my family still living there, and it was amazing, man. I got to visit with my family and got to eat with them in their house and um, just man, it's crazy. And just walking around town, people. I couldn't walk 5 steps before everyone started like chasing me down and saying Mark, 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 picture, picture. So it's like wow, the amount of support I have in the Philippines is amazing. So
Living the
um,
life, man.
yeah, it was awesome.
Um, your fight against Chris Leben, I think in 2011, that was actually the first 5 round non-title fight in the UFC. Do you feel that that was a landmark for your career and for the UFC in general, really?
Yeah, I mean, I knew that fight wouldn't have gone 5 rounds though, but yeah, it was the first 5 round non-title fight. So it was a great fight. I mean, I never had anybody quit on the stool on me before.
Mm,
But
yeah,
that's what he did. So yeah, he said no mas.
and that's a tough man to make quit as well. So fair play for that. Yeah, and
Yeah,
that fight was actually in England as well. Obviously,
yeah,
where I'm from. What's it? I know you fought in England a couple of times actually.
yeah.
What's it like fighting over here in Britain?
Oh, I loved it. I love it there. I mean,
Good answer.
yeah, the people over there, your people are amazing. They're great fight fans. Very energetic. Very very passionate about the sport. So um,
Definitely, yeah.
I actually got to train with Luke after our fight. He trained with us, and Michael Bisping came to my gym as well. Um, so I had quite a few guys from Great Britain come over and join the team. So yeah, it was. I love England. I love Great Britain. It's a great country.
Top answer, man.
Yeah.
So what's your standout moment then from your fighting career, like UFC or otherwise, just in general, the most pivotal moment?
Oh man. Um, let's see. I would have to say, when I got knocked out by Chris Weidman, that was a very low point in my life. Um, because after that fight, he fought for the title and won the title, right? And so I accepted that fight on 4 weeks' notice, and usually I get a fight. I have about 3 to 4 months to get ready. But I accepted that fight on 4 weeks' notice, and I was 40 pounds overweight. And so I lost that in 4 weeks, um, which was very very tough. And but I was like, you know what, this is my chance. I can beat this guy,
Grab it,
and
yeah.
yeah, it just didn't go my way. So after that fight, I during training, I actually broke my foot as well. Had to tape my foot, and then in the back when I was warming up, my foot was taped, and then the commission came out and they said, hey, you can't tape your foot like that. um which was kind of support on my foot. I was like, ah, dang it. And so going into the octagon, I mean, my the outside of my foot, my fifth metatarsal was broken, and I didn't know it. I thought it was just hurt.
Mm.
I fought on a broken foot as well. So that was a low point. And so after my fight, I got an X-ray, and they said I have a broken foot. I fought on a broken foot, and then they said I had a suspension of 4 months or 3 months. And so which was more than that because I had to be in the cast, um, and I couldn't be able to like train for like 6 months, and then I wouldn't have been able to fight within a year, you know. So, and that was kind of drastic for me because I owned a gym, and you know my fighting was kind of subsidizing the gym, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, that and my bills and my family and providing for my family, I was like, man, I don't know how I'm gonna do this, you know. So all that mounted stress and me not fighting, I mean, I went to food, you know,
Yeah.
for comfort, and I gained a lot of weight. I mean, it's documented on online, you can see it, and gained about 70 pounds, and accepted a fight against Tim Boach and lost that weight in about 5 months and came back in the best shape of my life and beat Tim Boach. So that was a pivotal moment in my career right there. You
So
know,
that
being
was
able to,
motivational, really. That, if anything, that loss actually made you better in a way.
yeah, I was actually at a really low time in my life then, and it was pretty bad. You know, I mean, I was kind of secluding myself, and you know, I would come home, keep to myself even, and I was still reading my kids' books and still trying to be dad and husband,
Yeah.
but it was still hard, you know. But you know, there's people that actually do that right now. You know, I don't know if, I mean, uh, people might be going through just things like that. You know, losing a job or you know having a stroke or a heart attack or something. You know, and they're just kind of going through life. You know, not thinking that they can thrive anymore afterwards, you know. But you know, I'm here as a living testimony to let people know that you can definitely thrive through, you know, if you're living, if you're breathing, you can
Yeah.
definitely you can definitely improve your situation.
I think
So
people need to hear sort of stuff like that, especially in these unprecedented times as well, when everything's up in the air for a lot of people, you know.
sure.
I mean, I know it's the same in America as it is here, but no one really knows whether they're coming or going at the moment. So
Yeah, man, for
it's,
sure.
but yeah. So on from that, you're obviously known as one of the good guys of MMA, and at the minute, Wonderboy Thompson's got the title of the NMF. So is there any plans to come and fight him and get your title back?
Oh man, I love Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, man. That guy is awesome. You know, I mean everybody loves him. Um, but man, there's only one
That's
nice
your
guy.
belt, man.
That's
That's your
me.
belt.
I appreciate that, man. You know, he'd have to come up and fight me. You know, I'm not gonna go down to 170.
Yeah. Well,
So
maybe 2021 is the year you get your belt back, man.
there you go.
Never
There you
say
go.
never.
That's right. That's right.
So yeah, so you sold your gym that you owned a few years ago now, and just to concentrate on coaching. So how's that going now? How's the coaching life?
It's great, man. I mean, I'm coaching at the training lab, which is roughly about 20 miles away from my hometown. You know, I got the likes of, you know, TJ Dillashaw, Cub Swanson, Juan Archuleta, and a bunch of up and coming guys that are going through the gym. And you know, it's great. You know, I love coaching those guys and coaching them up, and being there in their development. And I'm also coaching at my wrestling club here at a local high school that I'm the head coach at as well. So um, I get to coach kids between 5 to 18 years old, and get to develop them not only on the mat but also in life. You know, so that's the type of stuff that I love to do. You know, I mean, I was a coach before I got into MMA, anyways. You know, and so it's
Yeah.
crazy how full circle it comes. You know, it comes around and goes around again. You know, so I'm back to coaching again. Before I got into the MMA game, and now I'm back at it. So it's a lot of fun for me.
So like giving back to the community and stuff and like your local area, that's obviously something that's very important to you, yeah?
Yeah, man. I mean, I have an anti-bullying campaign too because I got bullied when I was younger, and I'm able to speak to kids and speak into their hearts and souls because a lot of them just don't know where to go, because they're getting bullied, and I get to be there for those students that are getting bullied. So I got an anti-bullying campaign that I feel like have saved lives, um, and which is pretty awesome. I get to do that and use my level of influence to be able to impact kids and steer them in the right direction rather than hurting themselves or trying to take their own lives. So I get to do that as well, and I do military tours all around the world, teaching our military men and women how to finish people with their hands, and that. So I get to do that too, and I do some speaking for churches and for local organizations and local businesses as well, about leadership and um, about faith, about just self development and all that stuff. So yeah, I'm
Busy man, a busy
yeah,
man.
I'm busy, man. So, and I got wrestling camps in the summer and clinics throughout the year, and so yeah, so
So is that
it's
sort of
never a
stuff,
dull moment.
how has like the COVID sort of affected all your camps
Uh,
and colleges and
yeah, COVID has affected it quite badly actually. Um, I get to coach the fighters still because we COVID test every week. So I get to do that, but the schools have been shut down. So there's no contact sports
yeah.
happening right now. So that's it makes it pretty difficult to be able to do things like that. I put people's tuitions on hold because they're not wrestling right now, and so that puts a damper on my income. So
Of course,
so
yeah.
yeah, I mean it's tough during this time, man. But hey, it is what it is, and we gotta fight through it, and we'll get through it.
Well, fingers crossed for you, my man. I
Thank
won't
you.
take up too much more of your time, Mark. Just before we go, is there any Mark Munoz exclusive for me? Anything that maybe we don't know yet, or anything in the pipeline?
Well, I mean, you can watch the Olympia movie. I mean, um, you can download it on lumpiamovie.com because right now we can't go to movie theaters.
But
So
best time to get a plug in, yeah. Best
that
time.
put a damper on my movie with COVID happening. So, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see if it gets in movie theaters. Here pretty soon. So hopefully it does. But if not, then just be looking out for my next project.
I'll
So
definitely be looking out, man. Well, thank you so much for your time, Mark. I appreciate that.
yeah, no
Um,
problem, man.
you have a great day, man.
You too.
Thank you so much, sir. Goodbye.
All right. Bye bye.